Solar Thermal System, also called CSP. Solar thermal power plant collect energy from the sun with use of mirror. The collected energy is being reflected or redirected to a tube. This causes the fluid to achieve high temperature. This fluid then transfers its heat to water, which becomes a superheated steam. This steam is then used to turn turbines in a power plant, and this mechanical energy is converted into electricity by a generator. Types of thermal system: parabolic trough, solar tower, linear Fresnel reflector, and parabolic dish. Ito ay pare-parehas lang sila ng gamit. Pare-parehas silang kumukolekta ng init sa araw na kung saan ay nagta-turn into electricity. Parabolic trough, general description. These troughs, also known as the line focus collector, are lined up in rows on a solar field and are composed of a long parabolic shape reflector that concentrates incident sunlight on a pipe that's run down at the middle of the trough. The collectors utilize a single-axis solar tracking system to track the sun across the sky as it moves from the east to west to ensure that there is always maximum solar energy incident on the mirrors. The receiver pipe in the center can reach temperature upwards 400 centigrade rather, as the trough focuses sun at 30 to 100 times its normal intensity.
Ito ang basic example ng heat exchanger. Ganito siya kung paano nag-operate. Sa loob ng tube, makikita natin sa larawan yung kulay pula sa loob, na yun ang tawag ay heat transfer fluid. At yung isa na sky blue, yun naman ay water. At yun yung lalabas sa left side. At yung isa pa nating example, makikita din natin dyan. At ito ang heat exchanger. Dito naman makikita na magkaiba dahil nag-ooperate ito ng vice versa. At tinatawag ito na shell and tube. At ang heat transfer fluid ay pumapasok sa shell at yung tubig naman ay lumalabas sa tube. At lalabas naman ang tubig na yun sa kabilang side sa bandang ibaba at magpo-form na siya ng steam. Pwede rin sila magkapilit, depende sa manufacturer. At ang last one na makikita natin dyan sa picture, same lang din siya na heat exchanger. Pinapakita kung paano nag-ooperate. Same lang din ang water papasok sa tube at lalabas na steam. At sa shell naman ay yung heat fluid, and it can go vice versa. At ang tawag dito ay shell and tube heat exchanger.
Parabolic trough operating principle. Heat from the sun is being collected by a special mirror, which is then reflected to the pipe that runs down the middle of the trough. With this central pipe is a heat transfer fluid following inside it. The HTF inside the pipe can reach a temperature around 400 centigrade as the trough focuses sun at 30 to 100 times its normal intensity. This hot fluid goes to the heat exchangers, where the heat transferred to water, generating high pressure superheated steam. Moves a turbine power a generator and produce electricity. The HTF then keeps circulating within the system. The steam is being condensed, which is 12 sent back through the heat exchanger.
Heat transfer fluids. So in a solar thermal system, heat transfer fluid or HTF is a liquid or a gas specially manufactured for the purpose of transmitting heat from one system to another. So, hindi lang siya liquid. It can also be in the form of a gas. So, the question is, why use HTF instead of direct system in which water is instantly turned into steam by the heat reflected by mirrors in solar thermal system or CSP? So, bakit nga ba HTF yung ginagamit imbis na na lang direct system? So, ang answer is these working fluids have high heat capacity. It can maintain a high level of hotness in a long period of time. That's why CSP, large volume of HTF is heated to an elevated temp during daytime where sunlight intensity is at its peak. Then it is being restored at a tight vessel. It acts as a reserve power that can be used during cloudy days when the sun intensity is at its lowest, or during nighttime where there is totally no presence of sunlight. So ginagamit yung HTF kasi during in cloudy days or nighttime, pwede pa rin makapag-operate yung CSP kung gagamit ng HTF kasi pwede itong i-store or pwede itong i-reserve. So next is the heat transfer fluids used in CSP. So these are the following ito yung mga HTF na ginagamit sa CSP. So air, water, molten salt, glycol base, glycerol base, and synthetic oils. So next, ito naman yung mga characteristic na kailangan i-consider kung anong type ng HTF yung gagamitin ng isang solar thermal power plant. So, first is operating temperature, next life cycle, next is heat transfer capability, heat storage aspect, overall safety, and yung cost. So, ayon kay Yuasa et al. 2017, the use of molten salt in a parabolic trough can heat the HTF up to 500 degrees centigrade. That is better performance than synthetic oil that can only heat up HTF only at 400 degrees centigrade or less.
So, ayun, dito naman tayo sa solar tower working principle. Sabi dito, the setup includes an array of large number computer-controlled sun tracking mirrors known as heliostat. So, yung yung mga salamin na nagre-reflect through sun is tinatawag doon is heliostat. Sunlight can be concentrated as much as 1,500 times its normally intensity. So, yung sunlight na kaya niyang maano is 1,500 times. So, napakadami na normal pa yun Baka siguro above 1,000 kaya pa siguro. So, next is these mirrors moves in dual axis and are located at the group level which collect energy from the sun, then reflects it toward a receiver which contain HTF located at the top of a tower. So, papakita ko sa inyo mamaya yung diagram nung. So, next is the HTF is being heated at around 600 degrees Celsius, and just like in a parabolic trough, these HTF through pipes, it goes to a set of heat exchangers. Then it transfers heat to the water, thereby generating high pressure superheated steam which is being used to turn a steam turbine. So, yung solar tower is
Global Navaka Gusto Monad Charge Pre.
Then, ayun, para siyang parabolic trough na ginagamitan din ng sa pipes dumadaan yung steam para mas tumagal siya.
So next is papakita ko sa inyo yung pinaka-visual. So ito yung yung picture niya. Kung makikita nyo, ganyan kadami yung Dito sa unang picture naman, ganyan karami yung salamin. Then yung sa pangalawa is ganyan yung process. So dito sa pinaka last part, last pic, ito dito makikita mo yung pinaka process talaga. Di ba yung sun, yan nagre-reflect sa salamin, then pupunta doon sa may central tower receiver, then doon sa unang pipe natin, which is sa hot salt, yung kulay red. Then yung pangalawa, yung which is blue, is yung cold naman. Then ganun lang yung process niya hanggang sa maging ayan, yung process niya talaga sa turbine, condenser, then pump. Yun yung process ng solar tower or turbine.
So yan, linear Fresnel reflector. Makita lang ninyo sa ating PowerPoint kung ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin nito. And then, syempre, papaliwanag ko rin para mas lalo nating mas maintindihan. So, sa parabolic trough kasi ang ginagamit ay curved mirror. Alam naman natin na ang curved mirror ay mahal, di ba? And then, sabi nga ni Sir Marvin, kung kahit itanong ninyo sa mga aluminum shop, kung ano nga ba ang mas mahal, curved mirror ba or yung flat mirror? Ang sasabihin sa inyo ay malaki ang diferensya nito sa presyo. Unlike sa flat mirror na medyo cheaper. And then yung yung curved mirror is expensive talaga siya. Kaya hindi siya ginagamit sa linear Fresnel reflector. And then yung pinaka-principle nga nito ay ginagamit sa solar thermal system. Tapos, ang nakolekta niyang init ay inire-reflect niya sa fixed receiver. Sa taas lang din. Just like the solar tower. Na sa taas lang din yung receiver. And then, ipapakita ko rin sa inyo kung ano itsura nito. Ayan nga, sa mga susunod na slides. Then, ayan, nasa isang slides na ulit tayo. So, yung nakikita nyo sa baba, ayan yung tinatawag na flat mirror. Kung papansin niyo halos dikit-dikit siya. Tandaan niyo na, yung halos dikit-dikit. And then, okay na tayo doon. And then, ipapaliwanag ko naman sa inyo kung paano ito gumagana. Ayan nga, as you can see, on that pictures, ayan nga yung mga light na tatama naman sa flat mirror. And then, ida-direct naman ito sa thermal receiver. Ayan nga yung tube sa taas. Paano naman ang buoy kapag hindi tumama dyan yung light? Yung light dyan sa reflector. Para alam ninyo din, meron kasing secondary reflector na tinatawag. Para saluhin yung light or heat na tatanggap niya sa flat mirror. Kaya ang secondary reflector, kaya ito ginawa ay para kaunti lang yung masayang na heat coming from the sun. So, pag-uusapan naman natin kung ano-ano nga ba ang mga disadvantage nito kapag dikit-dikit ang flat mirror. Siyempre, unang-una nga dito ay posibleng matakpan ng anino. Kasi siyempre, yung light na nanggagaling sa araw, pagka tumama doon sa flat mirror at dikit-dikit siya, may possible nga na maaninuhan. So, bababa ang makakuha nitong light. Yun yung maging mga disadvantage nito.
So in this topic, we discuss a parabolic dish and its operating principle. Sabi dito, this consists of sets. Parabolic dish, this consists of sets that flat mirrors combine to form a large parabolic dishes that is attached to a motor sensor which tracks the movement of the sun in dual axis, or like a solar tower. And the collected energy from the sun is being concentrated to the PCU located at the focal point of the dish. The PCU consists mainly the thermal receiver and the Stirling engine. And the thermal receiver, which is heated exchange, transfer its heat to Stirling engine cause it reciprocates movements cause the rotation of an electrical generator. These dishes can concentrate sunlight much better than parabolic troughs, and the fluids run through them can reach temperature upwards of 750 centigrade because the limitations of size and the small quantity of fluid. Parabolic dish collectors are suitable for small-scale power generation up to few kilowatts. So dito makikita natin. So dito i-discuss muna natin yung picture dito na kung yung operating principles niya. So dito ang tracking system nitong parabolic dish, kung makikita nyo is, sabi doon kanina, is dual axis. So it can move or yung tracking system niya sa sunlight, it can move north to south and east to west. Doon natin makikita. And yung makikita natin dito sa picture is hindi yan solar panels, kundi yan ay ang mga mirrors ang ginagamit yan sa parabolic dish. So ang operating principles niyan, ang araw is tama dun sa mirrors, at kapag na-receive ng thermal receiver, diba, ang araw tatama dun sa may mirrors and magre-reflect siya doon sa may PCU or doon sa may PCU na nasa taas, yung kulay black kung makikita natin. At yung PCU na yun is laman niya is thermal receiver and Stirling engine. So kapag na-receive na ng thermal receiver na merong HTF sa loob, is yun na-receive niya na yung init na galing sa may mirror at ililipat niya naman dun sa may Stirling engine. Kapag yung Stirling engine ay nainitan, ay magre-reciprocate naman siya at hindi magro-rotate. So ang iba dito naman is yung mga materials na yung supporting arm bracket. Makikita natin dyan para mahawakan niya yung PCU, no, ayun yung supporting arm bracket. Tapos yung nasa baba naman is azimuthal drive unit, or yun na yung nagpapagalaw, no, or ayun na yung nagpapagalaw sa yung sabihin na natin tracking system. So yung pinakababa, yung parang pinaka-poste is pylon column ang tawag. And sa may katabi niya naman is yung switchboard control system. At yung pinakabilog naman is supporting frame ng mga mirrors na nakalagay doon. And yung concentrator. So let's move on naman sa may Stirling engine description and operating principle. Sabi dito, Stirling engine can be hard to understand. Here are the key points. Every Stirling engine has sealed in cylinder. So sealed in cylinder with one part hot and other cold. No, yung sealed cylinder is meron siyang part na hot and meron siyang part na cold. So the working gas inside the engine, which is often air. So yung working gas sa may loob nun, sa may engine, ay air, helium, or hydrogen. So is moved by mechanism from the hot side to the cold side. So from move by mechanism to the hot side to the cold side. When the gas is on the hot side, it expands and pushes up in one position. When it moves back to the cold side, it contracts. So makikita naman natin dito sa may picture dito na nasa pinakababa ng, so ito yung Stirling engine na tinatawag, no? So makikita natin ito yung Stirling engine. So yung pinaka explanation na dito na, ayun na kanina. And dito naman tayo sa mga famous solar thermal power stations. Yung mga famous na solar thermal power stations. Makikita natin dito. Ang una is Warsazet Solar Power Station. The capacity or megawatts is 510. No? At matatagpuan siya sa country ng Morocco. Type ay parabolic trough and solar tower. And date niya ay 2018 na itayo at ang area niya or hectares ay 2,500. At dito naman tayo sa Iban Pass Solar Power Facility at ang capacity ng megawatts niya ay 392 at sa country naman siya matatagpuan sa USA. And type niya ay solar tower. Date kung kailan itayo is 2014 at area niya is 1,420 hectares. So next is Mohave Solar Project. Capacity or megawatts is 280 megawatts. Country kung saan matatagpuan is USA. And parabolic trough ang type niya. At ang date kung kailan ito is 2014. And ang area nito ang lawak nito is 714 hectares. And the next is Solana Generating Station. Capacity is 280 megawatts. Matatagpuan siya sa USA. And ang type niya is parabolic trough. And date kung kailan ito ay 2013. At ang area niya is 780 hectares. So next is Genesis Solar Energy Project. At capacity is 280 like Solana Generating Station. At matatagpuan siya sa country ng USA. And type is parabolic trough. And date is 2014 and the area of Genesis Solar Energy Project is 1,920 hectares. And Solaben Solar Power Station. And capacity niya naman ay 200 megawatts and country sa natin matatagpuan is Spain. Type ng solar thermal power station na to ay parabolic trough and date is 2012 and area is 301 hectares. And note, still under construction. So Mohammed bin, ito yung under construction na solar thermal power station. So ang pangalan nito ay Mohammed bin Rashid AI Muktoum Solar Park Phase 6, Phase 4. So, capacity nito ay nasa 600 and 100 megawatts. So, country, Dubai, UAE. And type is parabolic trough and solar tower. Date is 2022. So, makabago pa lang. So, yun lang. Thanks for watching.